you may be moving so fast and there's so much stuff that pop up in your mind, and then you forget the idea, you come up with something else, then you feel like, that didn't hit good like the first one I thought of, and then you try to analyze the second idea, and it's like you mess with it, then you don't mess with it, so it was like a back and forth, right? But this shit made my shit much sharper. It allowed me to be on point more, to think faster, think critically, and I think this is truly a blessing. And, of course, praying as well, praying to God, keeping God first, thanking Him, then thanking myself for, praying, and then YouTube, what's good, G? It's your boy Kim Moneybag, and yes, I'm back with another video. Y'all take one quick minute to look at my handsome ass when I was younger. Look, this is my little baby watch. Y'all see I was a handsome y'all nigga, and I'm still handsome now. You feel what I'm saying? But today, man, I had an amazing topic that came to the top of my big ass dome, which was, the progress, how can I name this? It's about my accountability book. Alright, I'm gonna say, the progress I made so far with my accountability book, right? So look, it's right here. It's right here, right? And I told y'all to get one of these, man. This shit is amazing. But I'm gonna just say, I'm truly grateful. And the reason I'm truly grateful for my accountability book is, over these past few weeks, it's a lot of stuff I wanted to lock in with, and I truly have been grateful due to the fact that I can track, my emotions, my good thoughts, how I'm feeling, things I'm thinking about, things I could improve on, and it has gotten me so far. It's a lot of things that's been a great eye opener for me, and it really put me in a zone to lock in other aspects of my life. Now, sometimes life be going so fast, and we may get caught up with work, we may get caught up, with school. I can say we may have, certain habits we trying to break or whatever. Whatever your case may be. I know for me, like I said, sometimes my shit be kind of slowing down with life a little bit. Sometimes I be at work a lot. I may go out with my friends, and sometimes I may sit up here and just do a bunch of shit on autopilot. I may be all over the place, and life be moving so fast that sometimes, I gotta tell myself, like, take time to actually sit down, reflect, and understand yourself more in the bigger aspect, right? So my accountability book, man, it allowed me to think of new ideas for YouTube, things that I want to progress on. Like for me, I'm back on my fitness stuff. I'm truly grateful for that. Truly grateful to be back, eating healthy and being back on my journey. Got caught up in the big loop, had got inconsistent, that had fell off a little bit, and it was kind of detrimental, I could say, due to the fact that I had lost the physique, I always wanted, and like I said, I kind of grew out of some clothes or whatever, but nothing to beat myself up about. And I'm just glad I tracked all that, and I started reading a lot of good books too, and the way the books opened my mind, and the way I picked to use my free time. So instead of just coming home watching a bunch of videos, instead of coming home just on my phone all the time, having that time to myself to just chill, put my ring light on, listen to some soothing music, listen to some instrumentals, or even listen to my favorite songs. Do that, journal on top of that, and just actually take time to myself. It allowed everything to flow. Because like I said, when things moving so fast, it's like a lot of stuff still build up, but then it hit you all at once. But when you take the time to actually coast, like have fun, live life, then take that time to yourself and constantly take it, you constantly learn stuff about yourself on a bigger spectrum. So with me, it's a lot of, let's see, man, like, like y'all got a lot of good, let me see, good look, got a lot of good information in here, man. Let me see, I ain't gonna go through everything, but got a lot of good pages in. I think I started on, I started on the 6th, and what's today? The the 19th. So I got about 13 days in, right? So 13 days in of truly progressing and understanding myself on a bigger globe, on a bigger spectrum. And the reason I encourage y'all to do this is because it's so much stuff you can figure out about yourself when you actually take time to chill. It may be ideas that you wanted to cultivate for years, or things that come to your mind, but like I said, you're always on the move, then you forget it. You may forget to track it in your phone. I'm sorry, y'all. Look at me one more time. Look at my little sexy ass right there. You want to all the women love me? Look at this nigga right here. You the man. Now back to what I'm saying. I'll make sure to watch one more time before I end the video. Y'all don't get mad, and if you do, I don't give a fuck. But back to what I'm saying, right? you may be moving so fast and there's so much stuff that pop up in your mind, and then you forget the idea, you come up with something else, then you feel like, that didn't hit good like the first one I thought of, and then you try to analyze the second idea, and it's like you mess with it, then you don't mess with it, so it was like a back and forth, right? But this shit made my shit much sharper. It allowed me to be on point more, to think faster, think critically, and I think this is truly a blessing. And, you know, of course, praying as well, praying to God, keeping God first, thanking Him, then thanking myself for, you know, praying, and then actually taking on the task I need to, actually researching what I want to do. And what's funny, like, one thing about me when I pray, of course I pray for certain things, but I don't genuinely pray for like specific stuff. Like, I just be praying that through the will of God waking me up and presenting me with the opportunity, that I make the choices I know I need to make. And I feel that's better, because sometimes setting an expectation is not bad, but I feel like setting an expectation and just feeling like, you know, how some people pray, they feel like this should happen because I prayed, and, you know, not put any work towards it, or not try to sit up here and analyze the situation as to why they deserve it, or as to what the situation will bring them. They just going off a whim. It's like on social media, when a lot of people post, it'll be like what? It'll be a picture of Jesus with him, so-called picture of Jesus and him holding a baby, and it'll be like, share this and you get $20,000, and then somebody put in the comments of a picture of a stack of 20s or whatever. You know, a little bullshit manipulation that social media try to do or whatever. But, you know, for me, seeing through all that bullshit, it's like, I just like to be presented with the opportunity, you know. So, did I say that right? Opportunity. You know, I got a little tongue-tied. Y'all don't say no bullshit to me. Smack shit out you. But, you know, for me doing that, it's just like, you know, I say like, Father God, you know, I pray by your willingness that, you know, bless me to, you know, allow me or bless me to see another day, and I promise that I'll make all the choices I want to make. You know, I won't second guess myself, and any mistakes or fuck up I make, you know, I will fix them, I will analyze, and, you know, I'll go back and do it right. I feel that's better, because, you know, it take a ease off you, and it take a big load off you, and instead of putting all these expectations out there that you feel that you should get just because you prayed about it. Like the example I gave of, like, people posting bullshit memes about money, or when it comes to relationships, and, you know, having all the success. At the end of the day, you know, we could pray all we want, but money just not going to come to us. We're not going to wake up with a pile of money. We're not going to just wake up and then our boyfriend, girlfriend, or husband and wife on the side of us in the bed. Or, you know, we're not going to just wake up and everything going to be lavish. We got to sit up here and make certain choices. And of course, we could stumble upon certain things, and I can say get lucky or whatever. But I say in a sense that I like to actually know what I work for and why it's doing good in my favor. Because sometimes, you know, when you presented with an opportunity, you want to really feel like, you know, like, I earned this shit. I earned this shit. I earned it through hard work, dedication. I earned it through great knowledge, and I earned it with the fact that I chose to put myself out there. I chose to go through the fire, and I chose to learn what I needed to learn. And that's what me having an accountability book taught me. And, you know, to actually sit down, focus, and analyze my life on a bigger spectrum. It's like, you know, why do I do this? Why do I do that? And not overthink. And, you know, sometimes, you know, overthinking could come in, or maybe situations that you keep analyzing, and it's like, you know, it may drive you crazy. But I feel like that's also a great part of life, because you learn to appreciate the good with the bad. And once you keep coming upon certain situations, you learn to think fast on your feet. You learn that, you know, sometimes you'll learn a pattern of yourself. Like, I bet when this pattern comes, sometimes this just come from overthinking. Sometimes this may come from a pattern of me always overanalyzing, or me always, you know, thinking about a situation too much when it's literally nothing. So it's a bunch of stuff that can happen, but I really say that, you know, this allowed me to focus. And, you know, for y'all, another thing is be 100% honest in it. 100% honest about what you want to do and why you want to go about certain things. So that way you can have your own personal journal. Don't get me wrong, I read other books, I listen to podcasts daily, a lot of great influencers, you know, and shout out to my life coach, Mr. Lucario, man, like, much love to him, you know, appreciate him, and, you know, him, the stuff his pen on, everybody teach, you know, big facts. But what I really want to say is, man, that it allows you to actually, you know, fix all, like, your internal problems and external problems, and not bad problems, but things you look at that you Well, I say a problem because you look at it as like this could be fixed, this could be tweaked. So I say that, but I'm not saying look at it in a bad way. It's just for you to understand, like I said, yourself on the biggest spectrum, and look at it as like okay, I peeped this, I have the opportunity to fix it, and it may be things you could stop, before things get too bad. You may have a habit of people pleasing, a habit of I can say like feeling alone. You may have a habit of like I said, always overthinking. And once you sit down and analyze, and maybe like, oh damn, I was thinking about this a little too hard. This ain't nothing. Or even if it is a little bigger, you like, I have the awareness. Now I can keep moving on about my life and jot down what I need to do. Or if you don't know off the top of your head, like sometimes you can sit down and be like, bro, that wasn't shit. Or sometimes you research it or you get a little information. It's like, okay, this was kind of bigger than I thought. But now that I have the awareness, this going to take some time. But now that I know, I'll be good. And that's also great because it's like you can't unsee it. So anything you do, you understand the situation and you understand what it is, but you can't unsee it. So it's always on your mind to focus and it's always on your mind to do better. So y'all, I'm telling you, man, get an accountability book. It could be a big notebook or something small, or even like you could use your phone, write things in your notes. Just something to keep yourself up, man, to keep yourself on track and understand that when life has its phases, man, you always go back to that. Like for me, one thing I love doing, like I like to sit in the dark with my ring light on because it always set the mood. So it'll be like 5:30, 6 o'clock, and that'll be my chill time, right? I listen to like, it'll be, what's that, like the sound of water. It'll be like cozy fireplace sounds. It'll be an instrumental I like. It may even be a song, but mostly like if I'm in that mode of reading or jotting down, it'll always be more on the ocean sounds or fire, what's that, cozy fireplace, however you say it, because it puts me more in the mood. Everything's soothing, everything's calm. So when I lock in, everything come together, and I keep doing that shit, and I feel great, man. So, man, y'all take that advice, man. Y'all let me know down below. Love y'all niggas.